Hey guys, my name is Attorney Walter, if not the third. I just wanted to give you a quick update. This is the first video out of many of them I'm going to be making while on vacation, which is why you don't see the backdrop. You're hearing the AC unit in the back left corner, and also the lighting is not perfect. I'm on vacation. I didn't bring a bunch of gear to do it because, frankly, I'm on vacation. This is the one vacation I get. Let's get right to the video. Cola. Some of these clickbaity videos are basically saying, how amazing is it that in 2022 the COLA will adjust by 4.7%, which means you get more money, a huge increase of money. Wow! But only idiots would think that's accurate. Or would they? No, the truth is most people are easily misled and manipulated by these clickbait videos. The reason why is this. Does an increase of COLA mean a good thing or a bad thing? Well, they're selling it to be like, wow, this is incredible. 4.7%, that's huge. Let me explain to you how COLA works. COLA is the cost of living adjustment. There's a lot of factors here, but the most simple one is that every year that you live in this country, it becomes more expensive to live in this country. And as it becomes more expensive, it requires more money to purchase the same thing. So if it took in 2021 $5 to buy that thing, in 2022, it will take essentially, let's say, I mean, with everything going on, who knows, but let's just say $6, right? So 2021, I go to buy something, I give them a $5 bill, we're cool. 2022 wraps around, I give them a $5 bill, they say, whoa, you owe me another $1. You didn't pay me enough. And you go, what the heck, man? I just gave you the $5 that I gave you last year. And that person, the person selling you the item goes, whoa, no. No, you owe me another $1. And you go, what the heck? Why is this? That's because the dollar devalued, which means you need more of those $1 bills to give to that person because the item is now worth more than the $5 that it was worth last year. Let me put it to you another way. All the money that you have in your bank account continuously devalues over time if it stays the same or only has a very, very slight increase. That's because essentially the politicians have played a very poor game of Monopoly with our currency, which resulted in a massive, and I'm not even getting into the perfect number. Some websites are like 23 trillion. Some websites are like, 85 trillion in debt. Nobody really knows. We know that the 23 trillion is incorrect, though. We know that because the U.S. was basically in debt around 22 trillion, and we've spent over 2 trillion, and just under 2 trillion for each one of these COVID acts that was passed. You had the 1,200, 600, 1,400. So there's right there at least 6 trillion on top of the 22 trillion that we had in February of 2009. So if you take 22 plus 6, that's 28 trillion. Ergo, 23 trillion is not accurate. So the bottom line is nobody really knows essentially how bad this whole situation is, how much money we've spent, how much money we've, essentially thrown away into this horrible, dismal collapse of the US dollar. Nobody really knows. Obviously, gold is way up, blah, blah, so on and so forth. All right, let's talk about this real quick. These people on these YouTube channels are basically manipulating you to click on their videos. If you feel like something good is coming, you're going to watch that video. If you feel like something bad is coming, not as many people are going to watch that video, unless you're one of my subscribers because you like the truth, and that's cool. I dig that, All right, so let's talk about this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and explain to you what has happened since 1975 with essentially COLA. And then I'm going to give you a miniature little summary as to why these idiots who are manipulating people through YouTube are pretty much going to hell forever, or whatever religious or non-religious place you think is the most awful place on earth. Cool, let's go into it. All right, so July 1975, there was an 8% COLA adjustment. 8%, a little bit higher than 4.7%, right? About double. That's because the 1973 to 1974 stock market crash occurred, which is not good. That's not no bueno. July 1976, 6.4%. July 1977, 5.9%. 78, 6.5%. 79, 9.9%. 1980, 14.3%. 14.3%. What happened then? There was a global recession. 1981, 11.2%. 1982, 7.4%. Then we switched basically to Januaries. We used to do in Julys, but Januaries. 1984, 3.5%. 85, 3.5%. 86, 3.1%. 87, 1.3%. 88, 4.2%. 89, 4.0%. 90, 4.7%. So 1990 had the equivalent COLA. 1991, 5.4%, even higher than 2022 is expected to be. 92, 3.7, 93, 3.0, 94, 2.6, 95, 2.8, 96, 2.6, 97, 2.9, 98, 2.1, 99, 1.3, 2000, 2.1, 2001, 3.5%, 2002, 2.6%, 2003, 1.4%, 2004, 2.1%, 2005, 2.7%, 2006, 4.1%. You hear that? Jumped a little. 2007, 3.3%. 2008, 2.3%. And that's when we had the Great Millennial Depression. Or if any of you are offended by the word depression during that era, you could call it basically the Great Recession. Which is weird that you'd be offended by the word depression. January 2009, 5.8%. Woo, that went up. And remember, that's when they got good at manipulating currency. That's when they got good at being able to, to figure out how to go ahead and keep those interest rates where they should be by manipulating other factors. So that's not really accurate. If that were more accurate, that would have been, 10%, 15% COLA. Let's keep rolling. 2010, 0.0%. Oh, remember how we talked about manipulation? That's the Obama era manipulation of COLA. 2011, 0.0%. Once again, Obama manipulation of COLA. Because remember, we were just into the very neck and heavy knit of the wonderful, wonderful major depression, or as most people called it, millennial depression, after we finally got over the fact that we called an extremely long recession finally what it's actually called, a depression, which is literally how it's defined. Go look at the definition of depression. It's a long-term recession. All right, 2012, 3.6%, okay? They couldn't hold it down or play with it for long. And so we went from 2010, 0%, 2011, 0%, 2012, 3.6%, 2013, 1.7%, 2015, 1.7%, 2016, 0.0%, 2017, 0.3%. This was all Obama-era manipulation of COLA. It's sad, and here's why. These should not have been accurate numbers for that time period. At the end of the day, it meant that you got less money for receiving the benefits that you should have through Social Security benefits, which means that you had significantly less money than you should have to be able to keep up with how much it costs to live in America. So now we get to 2018, 2.0%, 2019, 2.8%, 2020, 1.6%. So in this era, we start to see it returning back to normality as to how it should be. But then we get to 2021, 1.3%. Now remember, it always lags. This COLA adjustment always lags around a year. And then we get to 2022, 4.7%. So what's happening here is they're giving you more dollar bills, but those dollar bills are worth significantly less, which means that it requires you to basically spend more of them. And the COLA calculation that they use is horrifically bad, and it should be a different model, a different equation. So I just wanted to go ahead and basically go through what this means, what's going to happen with it, all that stuff. Please do not listen to these people who are making videos that are clickbait. It's terrible, and essentially what happens at the end of the day is the average person who doesn't have a knowledge base on this will look at the video and go, wow, I'm getting a lot more money in 2022 because I'm getting a 4.7% increase. I'm getting a boost. They're going to go ahead and give me that promotion. No, the dollar that you get is worth significantly less, and they're trying to basically cover you by increasing it up to 4.7%, which I can guarantee you is not enough to keep you solvent through the rest of this whole, let's call it like it is, COVID, monopoly game, financial downfall. That's what it is. Think about it. If the country spends that much money, the rest of the money has to come from somewhere to pay off this stuff, or all these countries just go off of the system. They go off of the who owes what system. America's got to come up with a way to pay it back. It's generational. Or America just has to forgive its own loans somehow to other countries, or America has to find a way to make lots of money real quick, like making marijuana legal and getting rid of student loans so that all those people can start buying houses and rejuvenating the economy by spending all that money that they get. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what the answer is. Frankly, I have a good idea as to what it's going to be, but some of these videos, I come out, I actually shoot more videos than you guys get to see, and I just don't come out with them because they'll just depress the hell out of you. But anyways, guys, I'm sick and tired of seeing. And then there's one guy out there who's disabled, who's feeding misinformation to the disabled. And I'm like, what are you doing? You, of all people, should know better what these people are going through. What are you doing? And it's just like, dude, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. But anyways, I'm on vacation, so I just thought I'd update you on what I'm seeing. Anyways, Attorney Walter, if not the third, have an absolutely wonderful day. I'll catch you a little bit later. Remember to like, subscribe, leave 5-star reviews if you can. They help me compete against the big box firms. If you would like any updates or you want to catch up, I'll be live, 8 to 10 every Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 10 p.m. on YouTube. So basically you just call the business line. That phone goes directly to me. And then from there, I'll pick it up and we'll run questions or answer a question that you might have about SSA stuff, So anyways, guys, I'll catch you a little bit later. Have a wonderful day and we'll go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.